So the Remarkable 2. If you are losing too many notes because they're spread between notebooks or scraps of paper, this one is just simply a desk notebook. That's how I'm treating it, certainly at the moment. This is my desk notebook. I am using it just like that, scraps of paper on my desk. It's a simple replacement for paper. That's one of its positive things. I write notes on here, things that I'm actually just going to do on my desk. It only lives here on the desk, and therefore it's always there with the things that I need to know, the things I need to catch up with. And it's brilliant for that. Occasionally, all right, I do flesh out an idea using the handwriting to text function. And I do also work those up using the keyboard case, the Type Folio. And the Type Folio is really good. It works pretty seamlessly. They've changed the software such that it works a bit more seamlessly with type, and you can now swipe up and down. And this is a really nice keyboard, nice place to type. Occasionally flesh out that, and then I go ahead and edit that on the computer, although there are some slightly gammy things about the way that works as well. What I would say, though, before you go ahead and buy that, it is too expensive a package to be just that. And I think that next year we'll probably see a launch of a new Remarkable, and I think we'll probably then see annual iterations and variations on the Remarkable. And I hope they bring out devices that are aimed at different use cases. For instance, student use cases, color for artists, a pro, maybe a student version. And I do expect, though, they will stick to this kind of naming of Remarkable 3, and then it might be a Remarkable 3S or a Remarkable 3 Pro, and that kind of like releases every year. I was adding some positives and negatives about the Remarkable. I've written similar to their marketing, really, is it's a simple replacement for paper. It's kind of subjectively pleasant to use. It's simple and it feels like paper, and that's it, really. It does have that clever Type Folio, though, and I would say don't miss out on that if you are interested. The Tabex, the big thing about the Tabex is that it's big, and rotate it into landscape mode. I really like this. Every time I pull this out, I remember how much I really do like the Tabex. When you're sick of reading academic PDFs on a screen, on a normal LCD screen, or having to print them out and then you lose bits, this is a great place for reading those academic PDFs, and you can annotate them as well using the excellent NeoReader app. It's light for its size. It looks like it should be an absolute paperweight, but it is not. It's pretty light for its size. There's this perception that when you pick it up, you expect it to be a bit more heavy than it actually is. It's excellent. It's a great place for reading and annotating academic documents that are designed to be printed in A4. And the only reason not to buy this right now, if that appeals to you, is the likelihood of there maybe being a new 13.3-inch device from Books in the new year. And maybe the possibilities of that one could be color, it could be keyboard, it could possibly be Android 12, and it could have a much faster chipset. And Joe says, this is my current tablet, and it's fantastic. Yeah, it is. As I said, Joe, when I pull this one out, I'm like, wow, this is good. And I just remind myself how brilliant it is. And if it wasn't, something that was a bit of a challenge to carry around because of its size, I think that I would use this more often as my sort of daily. But obviously I go ahead and test things out. When I did use this, I stuck with it for a long time. It's a really nice iteration. As I said, I hope they do something else with this 13.3-inch size soon, because it's an excellent format for all kinds of productivity on Eink things. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Tab Ultra C Pro. This is a fabulous device as well. This is the one if you need a break from your laptop or your desktop screens, if you want a place where you can use full Android apps, then this is a great place to do that. Including you can work on all your cloud files and you can use full Android apps, or indeed what I'm doing quite a lot at the moment is I'm using desktop versions of web apps. So I just in Chrome, I just click give me the desktop site, and then I work in that web app. And actually the pointer is really useful for that. So if you're looking to be able to do all of these things, all these productivity things on a eye-friendly screen and have this pointer to be able to work in web apps, don't forget with a pointer though, you always need to make sure you're switching from HD or balanced into one of the two fast modes to make it really usable. If this appeals to you, look no further. The biggest hang up for this one is probably the reduction in battery life. It's a bit of a nuisance that it always has that keyboard connected regardless, and that you sometimes do get a little bit of funny behavior because of that. It's great for productivity apps. I said it's powerful and purposeful. When you use this, you feel empowered and you feel like you've got a lot of purpose. But another downside is the book software is constantly evolving. That's good in some ways, but let's just say sometimes the updates, they're a little bit less than polished. So that's the Tab Ultra C Pro. It's currently the one that I am actually daily driving. I've used it for 2 weeks to test it out, and I'm sticking with it for a little while. It's great. The Supernote A5X. If you want the most premium of the writing feels, this is the device for you. If you want a light and a durable thing which you can carry around and get down your most personal and creative thoughts, this is where the flow is at. The software is, once you get your head around it, is tuned to the needs of writers and journal keepers. This is your one notebook forever. Just look at the handwriting. I mean, you don't see me write like this in this kind of really flowing and, almost flamboyant kind of way. You don't see me writing like that on any of the other tablets. Just look at that script. I haven't tried to be neater, I promise, on here than on the others. I just naturally, that is what I do when I pick up this pen and this page here. It's just great for writing on. I'm really interested to see what the Feel Right 2 screen feels like. They've given it a bit more of a texture on top, so it's still going to have the ability to kind of indent a little bit, but it's going to have a bit more of a texture. It's going to have a bit more of a paper-like texture as well. It does have I think it is paper-like. It's almost like kind of squashes into the paper as you write, almost like when you had to write on a bed of paper to get that kind of feeling out of a ballpoint. It's great. It's absolutely wonderful. There are 2 reasons not to go here, though, and the first is the price. These are some of the most expensive tablets at this size, and apart from the bespoke software, it's difficult to see where that money really goes. And also, the other reason not to buy right now is that the next generation is probably just around the corner. So the next generation is going to be the A5X2 and the A6X2, which is coming very soon. Supernote themselves, they say this is not going to be a massive update when you go to the X2s. It's just bringing it up to date with the latest chipsets and maybe a few attractive features like user replaceable batteries and the latest generation of texture screen that I've talked about. But also that screen protector, this new Feel Right 2, has actually shipped. People who have bought an A5X in the last 6 months, they were then informed, by the way, you've already got this incredible new screen protector, which is a wonderful way to do it. It's like you haven't just missed out. We've already been shipping this great thing, and now we're telling you you've got it. If that's a killer feature for you, you could go ahead and buy this A5X now, and you'd still get it. So don't expect the A5X2 to change everything. It's still going to be the same software. They're still iterating on this, and it's still going to be just as good. The next one is the Kindle Scribe. The Kindle Scribe, the thing about it, it's just a large reader. It's a Kindle that you can write on. So if the rest of the Kindle lineup is too small, or if you wish you could handwrite a few notes on your Kindle as you read, or if you're just looking for your first Eink tablet, and if you don't have a massive budget, then there are very few reasons not to buy this. You'll find amazing deals on this direct from Amazon, including great reductions on the refurbished models. So this is a great value tablet. There's no denying it. It's not just inexpensive. As I've written here, it's got a good pen, it's got a good screen, it's got a good build for that price. It's good value. You've got an excellent library of books, and there's basically, I think there's no reason to really buy super sort of budget white label Eink tablets when you've got this one at the price it is. I think this is the value option right now. The only reason not to buy it is it's just far less capable than any tablet on this list. It is a great e-reader though. There is absolutely no denying it. I love reading on this thing. Next is the Books Tab Mini C. If you need the power of the Note Air 3C, and you might be unsurprised to hear that's coming soon on this list. If you need that power and you need it in a portable format, this is a great option for you. It's powerful, it's portable, it's colourful, and it's got great notes. It's got great clarity on the screen as well. Zoom in because it is just that much smaller. It is mini. If you need that power in your pocket, then this can fit there easily. This is the Tab Mini C. What a great device this is. It's got colour ink, collider-free screen. It's great for running all kinds of different apps. It's a fabulous device. It's got great clarity. I quite like this kind of the screen protector, which isn't really heavily textured for apps because it is really clear. Got absolutely wonderful clarity. And it does the book super refresh thing where it just clears up the screen after every single local refresh. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant tablet. You've got the same issues though with the software and also with the battery life as the other newer books devices. I think that's the one thing about the newer books devices, you're losing that battery life. Software is great though. Incidentally, this hasn't quite updated to the 3.5 software, which is, I've only tried that on the newest devices so far, which are the Note F3C, although they are coming. They're just rolling out bit by bit. So they will eventually update the Tab Mini C for me to the latest software, which will be nice because having it on all those tablets, the Smart Scribe features are really, really good. So if you're after a sleek and attractive place to do just about everything you could wish on Eink, then this is the choice. For good reason, it won the debate. It wasn't even last week, it was Sunday, which we had between myself and Voya. I was arguing for the Tab Ultra C Pro, and this won the debate in terms of, well, most people said that they thought this was the one they were going to go for. There's good reason for that. It's easy to see why. It's sleek, it's attractive, it's a pleasure to use. You've got all your apps in this powerful and colourful device. So absolutely fabulous. It's really easy to see why it is for many people the number one. I'm not sure it's my number one. You'll have to wait for the comparison I have personally made between the Tab Ultra C Pro and the Note Air 3C. That's my rundown of the top 8. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of those.